little further, and I played a little game, and I made a spirit realm of multiple infinite beings, and I gave them all a sign, and a name, and a purpose, and a will, and I let them go their way. If you want your greatest version, then this game you gotta play. Incarnate into the third dimension, illusion begin. If you make it through your level, find your way back to me. You could be your own creator one day, like your mama be. Hold up, bitch, I'm God, generator, organizer, and dispenser, and creator. Bitch, I'm God, originator. Go ask Satan, it's been crazy since creation. Bitch, I'm God, call me Jesus, I'm your savior. Bitch, I'm God, I'm Muhammad, I'm the greatest. Bitch, I'm God, won't you come and meet your maker? Bitch, I'm God, all I need is your praises, amen. All I need is your praises, amen. All I need is your praises, amen.
Money.
Bitch, I'm God, generator, organizer, and dispenser, and creator. Bitch, I'm God,
Peace and love.
originator. Go ask Satan, it's been crazy since creation. Bitch, I'm God, call me Yahweh, I'm your savior. Bitch, I'm God, call me Allah, I'm the greatest. Bitch, I'm God,
Peace and love, family.
won't you come and meet your maker? Bitch, your God,
I need y'all to listen to the track.
all I need is your praise.
Good to see you as you come into the cipher.
Go ask your priest.
Wet Witch Wednesday at the Alchemy Temple.
You gotta see, I'm that light that shining on you. I'm the reason.
I'm the reason you and not I be.
Shining. You can't look in my face because my glory will blind you. And I heard you was lost, but I'm so glad probably found you because I'm getting so high. I'm going underground. My name is Bitch, I'm God. Generator, organizer, and dispenser, and creator. Bitch, I'm God, originator. Go ask Satan.
Yes. Peace and love, Trina. How you doing? Love you.
Call me Yahweh, I'm your savior. Bitch, I'm God, call me Allah, I'm the greatest. Bitch, I'm God, don't you come and meet your maker? Bitch, I'm God,
all I need is your praises, amen.
Bitch, I'm God, I'm the Alpha and Omega, I'm the ancient of the days, I'm the Rahman Rahim. Man, you don't know where I come, you don't know from where I came. All you know is I am one with many aspects, different names. Then one day the thought,
I want y'all to feel it.
Then I said, let it be. Then next thing I heard,
I want y'all to feel that, right?
Now we're all interlinked. We are all one.
Peace and love.
A little further, and I played a little game, and I made a spirit realm of multiple infinite beings, and I gave them all a sign, and a name, and a purpose, and a will, and I let them go their way. If you want your greatest version, then this game you gotta play.
Share this video for me. Share this live feed so people know where I am. Coming to you, Wet Witch Wednesdays from the Alchemy Temple. Goddess Jamila. You got? We're going to talk about that. I want y'all to feel it. It's been crazy since creation. Bitch, I'm God. The song is called Bitch, I'm God by Prophet, aka the Chakra Doctor, Grant Dunbar. All I need is your praises, amen. The title is Be Careful Who You're Talking To. You might be speaking to God. Be careful how you treat people. You might be speaking to God. That's the title. And it's Bitch, I'm God, coming to you from the Alchemy Temple.
bitch, I'm God.
Generator, organizer,
Dispenser and creator,
bitch, I'm God, oh, bitch, I'm God.
Originator.
How y'all doing tonight?
Satan has been crazy since creation. Bitch, I'm God, oh, bitch, I'm God. Call me Yahweh, I'm your savior.
Bitch, I'm God, oh, bitch, I'm God.
Call me Allah, I'm the greatest.
Bitch, I'm God, oh, bitch, I'm God.
Won't you come and meet your maker? Bitch, your God, bitch, I'm God.
All I need is your praises, amen.
Bitch, I'm God. Go ask your priest. Go ask your imam, ask your rabbi, ask your deacon. Bitch, I'm God, oh, bitch, I'm God. I'm that light that's shining on you. I'm the reason.
I'm the reason you shining. Shining.
You can't look in my face because my glory will blind you. And I heard you was lost, but
I'm so glad Mila found you.
because I'm getting so high, I got them going underground. My name.
Amen. Bitch, I'm God. Generator. Organizer. Bitch, I'm God. Oh, bitch, I'm God. Originator. Go ask Satan. It's been crazy since creation. Bitch, I'm God. Oh, bitch, I'm God.
Call me Yahweh, I'm your savior.
Y'all feel that?
Bitch, I'm God. Call me Allah, I'm the greatest.
Bitch, I'm God. Oh, bitch, I'm God.
Won't you come and meet your maker?
Bitch, I'm God. Oh, bitch, I'm God. All I need is your praises. Amen.
Bitch, I'm God.
I'm the Alpha and Omega.
I'm the ancient of the days.
I'm the Rahman Rahim.
You don't know where I come. You don't know from where I came. All you know is I am one with many aspects, different names. Then one day the thought formed into a word inside my brain. Then I said, let it be. Then next thing I heard a bang. Then I split up into infinite.
Yes, we celebrating the fact that we God.
Interlink.
What?
In the same, even in a little further, and I played a little game, and I made a spirit realm, multiple infinite beings, and I gave them all a sign, and a name,
And a purpose.
and a will, and I let them go their way. Ho, ho. If you want the greatest version in this game, you gotta play incarnate into the third dimension.
Yeah, I'm waiting for more people to join. I'm waiting for more people to join the
Find
circle.
your way back to me. You could be your own creator one day, like your mama be. Hold up.
Bitch, I'm God.
Bitch, I'm God.
Generator. Organizer.
Dispenser and creator.
Bitch, I'm God. Bitch, I'm God. Originator.
Go ask Satan, it's been crazy since creation.
Bitch, I'm God. Bitch, I'm God.
Call me Jesus, I'm your savior.
Bitch, I'm God. Bitch, I'm God.
I'm Muhammad, I'm the greatest.
Y'all know who Prophet is?
Won't you come and meet
The chakra doctor, Rance Dunbar. This is his track. All I need is your praises, amen. All I need is your praises, amen. So we're going to play it again. We're going to play it again.
Bitch, I'm God.
Generator.
Organizer and dispenser and creator. Bitch, I'm God. Oh, bitch, I'm God. Originator. Go ask Satan, it's been crazy since creation. Bitch, I'm God. Oh, bitch, I'm God. Call me Yahweh, I'm your savior. Bitch, I'm God. Oh, bitch, I'm God. Call me Allah, I'm the greatest. Bitch, I'm God. Oh, bitch, I'm God. Won't you come and meet your maker? Bitch, your God. I'm bitch, I'm God. All I need is your praises. Amen. Bitch, I'm God. Go ask your priest. Go ask your imam, ask your rabbi, ask your deacon. Bitch, I'm God. Oh, bitch, I'm God. You gotta see. I'm that light that's shining on you. I'm the reason.
I'm the reason you riding. Day or night I'll be shining.
You can't look in my face because my glory will blind you. And I heard you was lost, but I'm so glad Prophet found you because I'm getting so high. I got them going underground. My name, amen. Bitch, I'm God. Generator. Organizer and dispenser and creator. Bitch, I'm God. Oh, bitch, I'm God. Originator. Go ask Satan, it's been crazy since creation. Bitch, I'm God, oh bitch, I'm God. Call me Yahweh, I'm your savior. Bitch, I'm God, oh bitch, I'm God. Call me Allah, I'm the greatest. Bitch, I'm God, oh bitch, I'm God. Won't you come and meet your maker? Bitch, I'm God, oh bitch, I'm God.
All I need is your praises, amen.
Bitch, I'm God, I'm the Alpha and Omega. I'm the ancient of the days. I'm the Rahman Rahim. You don't know from where I came. All you know is I am one with many aspects, different names. Then one day the thought formed into a word inside my brain. Then I said, let it be. Then next thing I heard a bang. Then I split up into infinite dimensions for the chain. Now we're all interlinked. We are all one and the same. Even went a little further and I made
Peace and love.
And I made a spirit.
Peace and love, family.
Infinity.
Ride with me.
Give them all a sign and a name and a purpose.
We got time to act like it.
Oh. If you want your greatest version, then this thing you gotta play. Incarnate into the third dimension, illusion begin. If you make it through your levels, find your way back to me. You could be your own creator.
Who's in here with me? I can't tell.
Bitch, I'm God. Generate. Organizer and dispenser and creator. Bitch, I'm God.
Originator. Go ask Satan, it's been crazy since creation. Bitch, I'm God, oh bitch, I'm God.
Call me Jesus, I'm your savior.
Bitch, I'm God, oh bitch, I'm God.
I'm Muhammad, I'm the greatest.
Bitch, I'm God, oh bitch, I'm God.
Won't you come and meet your maker? Bitch, I'm God, oh bitch, I'm God.
All I need is your praises, amen. All I need is your praises, amen. All I need is your praises, amen. Play one more time. Peace and love to the goddess Nubia.
Hold up.
How are you, goddess? I'm going into some things tonight. Waiting for the crowd to come on in. Bitch, I'm God. Generator. Organizer. I want y'all to ride with me and understand. Originator. It's been crazy since creation. Bitch, I'm God, oh bitch, I'm God. 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 All I need is your praises, amen.
Bitch, I'm God. Go at your priest. Go at your imam, at your rabbi, at your deacon. Bitch, I'm God, oh bitch,
How
I'm
many of
God.
you know that you God? And God is, I'm the reason you grinding. Grinding.
You can't look in my face because my glory will
Blind you.
And I heard you was lost, but I'm so glad
Prophet found you.
I got them going underground, my name, amen.
Bitch, I'm God. Generator. Organizer. Bitch, I'm God, oh bitch, I'm God. Originator. Go ask Satan, it's been crazy since creation. Bitch, I'm God, oh bitch, I'm God. Who you hear on the track is Prophet, aka the Chakra Doctor. Red Dunbar. We coming to you Wet Witch Wednesdays live from the Alchemy Temple.
All I need is your praises, amen. Bitch, I'm God.
I'm the Alpha and Omega.
I'm the ancient of the days. I'm the Rahman Rahim. You don't know where I come. You don't know from where I came. All you know is I am one with many aspects, different names.
Yes. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. When we say God and goddess, who we talking about?
Now we're all interlinked.
Yeah.
In the same, even went a little further, and I played a little game, and I made a spirit world of multiple infinite beings, and I gave them all a sign and a name
And a purpose.
and a will, and I let them go their way. If you want your greatest version, then this game you gotta play. Incarnate into the third
The title is Be Careful How You Treat People. You might be talking to a God. Yes. God of what? Bitch, I'm God. Generator. Organizer. Bitch, I'm God, oh bitch, I'm God. Originator.
Go ask Satan, it's been crazy since creation. Bitch, I'm God, oh bitch, I'm God. Call me Jesus, I'm your savior.
Bitch, I'm God, oh bitch, I'm God.
I'm Muhammad, I'm the greatest.
Bitch, I'm God, oh bitch, I'm God.
Won't you come and meet your maker?
Bitch, I'm God, oh bitch, I'm God.
All I need is your praises, amen. All I need is your praises. Hold on.
All right, peace and love, family. So, It's so good to see you. I know people are coming in and out of the cipher, so I'm just going to get started. And the track is going to be playing a little low in the background. And the title of it is, first of all, I am Goddess Jamila, coming to you from the Alchemy Temple. This is Wet Witch Wednesdays. And the title is, Be Careful How You Treat People, because you may be talking to God. Now, when we think about God, I mean, some of us have certain aspects of how we think about God, and some of us have other aspects of what we know gods and goddesses to be, right? So let's go into the definition of God. According to Webster, we're going to go into Mrs. Merriam-Webster's definition of God. So what I picked up was that God is a superhuman being, right? A spirit worship as having power over nature or human fortunes. God is a deity, a goddess, a divine being, immortal, or an avatar, a body, what you're in, a vessel. So then, okay, so now that we know that, I want to let you know that we had an event, Enchantress hosted an event called the Enchanted Equinox, where we received Dr. Haru El Bey, who is Nuaso Maibe, and Diallo M. Crichton, myself as the mistress of ceremonies. I had the opportunity to be amongst gods. What do you mean, Jamila? Why do you say that you had the opportunity to be amongst gods? Well, whenever you can master a certain thing, right? It's like a doctorate degree, a discipline, so to speak, right? That discipline falls under, it gives you the title of Doctor of Psychology, right? Doctor of Internal Medicine, right? Doctor, that's the highest degree that you can gain, okay? It's the highest degree that you can gain in the Western world. But when we go into gods and goddesses, we know that the deities and the ancient ones, we have Inanna, we have Aset, we have Ra, right? Gods, right? Now we don't want to, I know that it might hurt some of us, like we might say, we want to talk about Lucifer, right? But we have gods in their own right, okay? So sometimes when we're talking to people and we're dealing with people, we treat them like, I don't know, we base everything on a carnal level. Carnal, even with our eyesight, carnal with how we look at things and view things. Even those of us that are supposed to be conscious, we don't have our spiritual radar on. We just going along with the matrix, and we're not even using our gifts and using our abilities to discern who may be in our midst. So I want to talk about that a little bit. I had the opportunity to spend some time with Dr. Haru and Diallo and sit down and commune with them in conversation. I don't know what y'all could feel or understand with that. But when you sitting among people, or you sitting among beings, entities within their own right, and we're talking and we're building on knowledge, and we're building on degrees of uploads and downloads that have been given to us, that's a feast. That surpasses anything that you can ever imagine. And the application of the words that are coming out of their mouths is seen by the way or the mannerisms that they carry themselves. It's nothing that's just it's nothing that's just done or said or not applied. It's applied. It's applied from the time that they rise to the time that they go to bed. It's applied. So I want to know, with the application of being a god or calling ourselves gods and goddesses, when we approach certain people, what type of timeline or scale do we use? Right? How are we, what do we use to judge another? What eyes are we looking through, or which eye are we looking through when we're trying to make a decision or not make a decision, or just shoot people off, or just not even give them a chance, and not saying that we need chances, but sometimes it can help you out as the receiver, because you don't know or you don't understand what's in your midst. Remember, a God is somebody that has power over nature and fortunes. Over fortune. So what is that saying? You have nature over, you have the ability to control fortunes. We're not talking about fortune cookies. We're talking about manipulating time. We're talking about going in and do what we do to manipulate time. So, is that something that we apply? Is that something that we do? Yes. There's only 2 people in here. Oh. Are the people that's still here? I can't tell. Can you send me a like or something if you're still in the building with me? We're talking about God's. Be careful who you're talking to, because you may be speaking to God. Be careful how you treat people, because you may be speaking to God. Okay, good. Drina, you're here. Good. I see another person. That must be my sister. Okay, I see a heart. Thank you. So, a few people. Peace and love, Kalisha. How are you, goddess? It's good to see you. Okay, great. Now, I just needed to know, because sometimes with technical difficulties, they can be technical, but it's good to see you, beloved. And what we're talking about are gods and goddesses. And sometimes, what scale do we use to judge or misjudge people that we come across? Do you consider yourself a god? Yes? No? Which one? Yes or no? Oh, okay. Yes, I will. I will. Thank you, beloved. So, Kalisha says she needs this and to continue, so I will continue. So, oftentimes, more often than not, we give ourselves titles, and you do consider yourself a god, kinda, Kalisha. Tell me where the kinda is. Okay, let me see if I'm gonna pick up some things from you right now. The kinda comes from, you kinda don't know your gifts. You kinda haven't tapped into who you are spiritually yet. So you're trying to figure this out. You're trying to figure out, who am I and what am I? What path am I supposed to be taking? I know that I'm not, I know that I'm not Christian. I know that I don't follow that. I know that what I have read and seen, that's not fitting me too well. So right now you're trying to understand. You're trying to understand, where do you belong? What gifts do you have? You find it difficult. What gifts do you have? What are you? I know you're probably intuitive. All of us are. And with the security of yourself, of loving yourself, you begin to embrace the fact that you are a creatrix. Simply because you're a female creatrix, you create. When you create, you're a goddess. So if you can create a child, you can create anything. Right? If you, because I used to worship Jesus and I was taught he is God. Yes, we all been through that. Do you feel the same way about that? I am not a Christian anymore, right? You're trying to figure things out like I stated. So basically, what we need to do is tap into that other side of you that you're trying to figure out. But what we need to do initially or first is to erase what was planted in your mind. Sorry, it was paused. I received a phone call. So that's just it. So why do you think you minimize your power? You minimize your power, Kalisha, you minimize your power because of sometimes when things are put in our brain, it's etched into our brains, it kind of makes us do that subconsciously. If we go along with what was taught to us all of our lives with religion, it minimizes and diminishes our power. It strips that part of us away, that natural birthright that we have, that was given to us when we came through the birth canal of the first God we met, which was our mothers, or however you're born. The birthright is that you came here, right? And then as soon as you get here, things are starting to happen to strip away the memory of who you are. So religion is set forth. Different proclamations are handed to you and placed on your head. Different contracts are given to you, such as birth certificates, right? Exactly. You was taught that Jesus is God. I mean, the energy that is being given to this spirit can very much be applied because of the energy that we gave him, the people, the masses. It's just like, let me explain that to you. It's just like when you have a thought that happens, something makes you angry, right? And you bury that thought. And you say, no, I'm not going to deal with that. Excuse me. Give me one moment because I can't leave, but, sorry about that. I keep being interrupted, on Messenger. When you have a thought form and you become angry and you push that to the side, you never deal with it. You never process it. So it begins to form. Something else makes you angry. You feed in that same thought form because you're pushing that to the side too. So you feeding it and you feeding it and you feeding it, but you're not feeding it. It's beginning to take control. It's going to take control. It's going to make it's going to start to grow because it's being fed. You're not dealing with it. You're not processing it. I'm glad that you're still here. I apologize. It was just, I was interrupted a bit. But what needs to happen for you, Kalisha, is that you need to tap into yourself. And you need to start to eradicate what was taught to you. Everything that they said is go backwards. Everything that was taught to you, go backwards. If there's some further instruction that you need, seek first within yourself. Because you are the first God. You are the one that can say, you know what? Something is happening. Why the sad face? Why the sad face? I know it's hard. I know the evolution of change can be shocking. I know that information received can be hard. Well, you know what? So, yes, Kalisha, you should be angry. You have been lied to. We were all lied to. But what you do with that anger is the question. How do we channel that anger into something good for us? You gave the church 20 years. You know, we all had our time. But you know what? Now that you understand and you're beginning to understand something different, don't give them 20 more years by being angry at them because you're still giving them energy. Let's take this power back and apply it internally to you, to the God that is you. Okay? And we can start doing that in so many ways. The first thing we need to do is dissect the information and begin to replace it with the truth. The truth is you are God. The truth is you have the ability to do whatever it is that you want to do. Of course, we need to be cultivated and we need to... Well, how? See, what you need to do, the first thing that you have to do is tap into you. Do you meditate? Do you know how to meditate? Tap into yourself. Start to love yourself more than you're loving anything and anybody else. Start to love yourself more than you love even an idea or concept of what was fed to you. Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. You have to own it and know who you are. See, that's that thought form entity. You feel bad. Feel bad for what? We're going to erase that with feeling elevated and feeling in control. You know? I want you to understand that you are great. Not only are you great, you are when you start to know and understand the God that you are, the goddess that you are, the ability, the things that you're able to do, not only for yourself, but for everybody around you, your bloodline. You're great. And you deserve love. You deserve the love into yourself that you've been pouring into this so-called Jesus. You have to give that all to you. And as you begin to do that, things are going to begin to peel off of you, off of your mind. Good. You meditate. And now that you know better, just begin to do better and put one foot in front of the other. Application and consistency in that application is necessary and it's needed. You feel bad for saying you're a God. My. Well, you know what? The first thing that I want to do is say congratulations because you're being very honest. That in itself is defeating everything that you've been taught. Because you're admitting not only to this arena, you're admitting to yourself that you feel bad for saying that you are God. So now what we're going to do, this goddess right here, Jamila, what we're going to do is we're going to go into you right now. And we're going to begin to have you to close your eyes and go all the way to Egypt. And we're going to have you to look at the pyramids. We're going to have you to look at how the gods, or who they call Pharaoh, how they dressed in the gold that was layered on their bodies. How they smell. I want you to use your sense of smell right now. And I want you to smell the frankincense and smell the myrrh. Now, I don't only want you to see the pyramids. I want you to be up there standing on the pyramid. Can you go there for me? Can you do that right now? Good. I need you to breathe in and breathe out. 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 Now let's go to the pyramids. And let's look how them pyramids look. Look how majestic they are. I want you to see yourself standing in the Sahara Desert. And you can look out among the Sahara Desert and you can see the creation of you, your people, the ancient ones. And I want you to say to yourself, I did this. I want you to say to yourself, this comes from my bloodline. I want you to say to yourself, I did this. I want you to begin to feel rejuvenated by the accomplishments of your bloodline, which is you. I want you to begin to look out I'm so grateful because you needed to hear this. You did. Because there are some gifts and abilities that's inside of you that needs to be tapped into. Why? When you feel bad about a thing, that means that you feel guilty about it. In the book that you worshiped for 20 years, when Adam and Eve came and God said, and they were scared, they were putting on leaves. You remember that part of the Bible? I'm sure you do. And God said, who told you you were naked? So I'm telling you right now, who told you you were naked? Who told you that you don't have the right to be called God? Who told you it was blasphemy to be called God? Who told you that? The one that told you that, or the ones that carry this spirit, the ones that told you that knows that the minute that you recognize who you are and what you are, their little imaginary way, their little fictitious way of life, their little fictitious strength will be done away with just like that. Boom. So now it's time for you to understand, Kalisha. It's time for you to understand that not only are you God, you are a creatrix. You bring forth any form, any vessels that's walking around came through a womb. Nothing else can do that. Now, Not only do you have the ability to create, but you also have the ability to sign off on the system that has been perpetuated for all of these goddamn years. Goddamn years. God motherfucking damn years. Now, how do I sign off on this, beloved? How do I sign up? What do you mean, Sister Jamila? What are you saying? I'm saying that when you start to believe it and you start to say, oh, I feel bad. I don't want to say I'm God because I'm not the creator. You signing off on what they putting in front of you because you giving them permission to keep saying, I'm your God. I'm your God. What's your name? My name is Toby. Oh, no. Not on my watch. So you got to start practicing and you got to start telling yourself, I'm God. I'm God. I'm God. You see this little baby, because you have children. I created this baby. This baby came through me. You see this style that I carry, this swag that I got, the way that I walk, the way that I talk, the way that I move my lips and shake my hips. Who else trying to do it like me? Who else trying to copy what I'm about? I'm sending you a hug right now, beloved. Because it's work. It's something that has to be dispelled. It's something that you have to go into your subconscious and you have to erase when that thought starts to come up inside of you. Dear beloved goddess, you have to say, no, you don't. I'm in control. You tell that thought form, no. I'm in control. I am goddess. I am that I am. My DNA dictates that. The fact that you're connected right now and the fact that you're starting to recognize right now is creating a new pattern in your DNA code. Baby, talk to me. Sometimes I get a little heated because you know I know what this just think of a fence. Right? And it's on the top of our heads. Right? Just think of a fence. And every time we crawl up to the fence to get out, it electrocutes us. We could see freedom. We looking up in the sky, we could see it. And every time we crawl to the top of it, we get electrocuted with thoughts like, this can't be right. This can't be right. And sometimes they leave a tattoo, an impression in our brain. And even though we're not walking around saying that we believe in the religious ways of this world, we're acting like it. Talk to me. Why you sad? You asking me how? How? You got to go into yourself. It starts with you. Nobody else but you. It doesn't matter what I say. It doesn't matter what somebody else say. It doesn't matter if someone calls you Empress. It doesn't matter if someone calls you Goddess. It doesn't matter if someone calls you Queen. It doesn't matter if someone calls you I am that I am. It doesn't matter if someone calls you Divine Feminine. Only you have to understand. You have to go into yourself. You have to go into each parts of yourself and realize and recognize who and what you are. Peace to the goddess Sandra, my beloved sister. It's so good to see you in the cipher. Peace to the goddess Sarah Phoenix. It's so good to see you in the cipher. Kalisha. You know how you just imagine a story of somebody on the precipice of a big pot of gold, and there's an incline on the hill that they must go up to get to this gold, and they don't know that it's there, but something is driving them. They just been looking, searching for this big pot of gold. And they're right at the precipice. They're right at the pinnacle. They're right at the top of it. But then storms coming, droughts coming, and then you like, man, you know what? I was told not to go this way. I was told that if I went this way, that I was going to get into a storm, and that, I might get eaten up by mosquitoes, or all this stuff start coming that you was told. Just the same thing concept with God, right? Being called God, goddess. That's blasphemous. You going to go to hell and bust hell wide open if you believe. How dare you? You wicked and you evil. It's just like an abuse of, that's abuse. It's being told over and over again, you wicked one. If you say, how dare you call yourself God and not take the blood of the one that, man, no. You feeding into it. It was taught to you for so long. So the how is, once you start to go into yourself, and yourself is saying, hey, it's a little voice. It's saying, let me out. It's saying, can I come? Let me out. Let me break me out. Let me out. I want you to see me. And you saying, but no, I can't. I know I can't. Because see, that's that thought form that has been implanted into your brain that's saying, right, you wrong, you evil. But the little voice saying, but I know it's wrong. I know that I'm goddess. Feed that little voice and say, you right, girl. You right, goddess. Feed it. Tell that other voice, look, get out my ear. I'm in control. I know who I am. Then things gonna start happening in your life because you put that in your subconscious, that if you believe, how dare you believe that you were God. So now you gonna get rain and terror down on you. So now it's going to happen because you believed it so long. So rain and terror is going to start to come because how dare you believe against what we told you to believe. So you are deciding your own destiny by what you believe, by what was being taught to you. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Do you understand that you have the ability to erase all that, excuse me for lack of a better word, fuckery? You have the ability to go into yourself. You have the ability to do you know that the cosmos is an exact replica of your body? Do you know that everything that's in you came from that side of you? All the healing properties that's in you. When you go outside at night and you look into the stars and you look into the air and you can see things, you can see it. You might as well put your head inside your body because you're looking at your damn self. Don't look outside for what's inside of you. You have to give it to yourself completely and wholeheartedly. And then once you begin to do that, because it's called healing, it's called taking each step, it's called peeling away the layers of lies and deceit that was given to us about everything. Everything. Sometimes those of us that are called conscious and awake, we slip into that sometimes. We forget. We gotta say it be a little something, a little piece of lint in our psyche. So in order to get out of that, you have to constantly remind yourself of who you are. You have to constantly do things. You have to constantly feed yourself with adjectives, words. I am God. I am beautiful. I am creatrix. I create. I can make things happen. I can move mountains. I can shift. I can shape. I can form. I can manipulate time. I am bad in the good word of it. I mean, Kalisha, are you still with me? It's time for us to recognize when we're amongst gods and goddesses. And it's time for us to act in our roles as such. Stop playing. Playtime is over. Be, and it is. Walk in what you are. Those that are masters that are among us are masters because they were once a student as well. You too can become a master. But it's important that you recognize who the masters are. You recognize the signs of a master. You know, the master builder. Masters don't boast. Masters don't brag. Masters are approachable. And masters, everything comes from them. They're natural. Be careful how you treat people, because you might be talking to God. Meaning, be careful how you deal with people, because among you is somebody that have mastered the elements. First, by mastering themselves. And it doesn't mean that you're done with who you are. It's the master part of you. It's that part of you that is a master that knows that the evolution of you continues. It never stops. It never stops. I have the ability to spend time with my beloved sister Sandra, a goddess. A goddess. She walks into a room and she exudes that. She doesn't have to tell me a thing. I can see everything that she does by the energy that she gives. I have the opportunity to spend time with the beloved Diallo, a master. And he hates for me to call him this. He doesn't have to tell me anything. I can see his mannerisms. I sat down at a table and communed with him. We broke bread together. Kalisha, you are still with me. Kalisha, I want you to know that I love you. And I want you to reach out to me, Kalisha. We have a lot that... I had the ability to spend time with Nua So Maibe. I had the ability to breathe in the discipline of his manners. To watch someone that has given their life to self-supremacy, which means they have given their life to the elevation of you and me. You don't understand, beloved family, who you are. I want to drive home the fact that because we are born into these human vessels doesn't take away of the roles that we portray and the roles that we're in right now. It doesn't take away the fact of the matter. Stop being so quick to look at us with your eyes held low because we have melanin in our skin. Stop being so quick to improperly judge us because we have locks in our hair. Stop being so quick to think thoughts negative or what you were taught embedded into you by the television that you watch every day because we speak with a certain swag. And recognize who's among you. That's all I'm saying. No, we're not better than. No, we're not above. We just love ourselves wholeheartedly. We have gone into ourselves and we know who we are and what we're capable of. Kalisha, you're powerful, dear heart. I know that the enchanted equinox has changed me. In my evolutionary process, I'm continuing to evolve. The embrace from the live feed, the energies that I felt, from the people that were there, from the family that traveled, I was able to hug my family, my cosmic family, to commune with my family. That's something. That's something, beloved. Kalisha. Nobody's religion is better than Kalisha. The movement of Kalisha. The vessel, Kalisha. The soul, Kalisha. Nobody's entity or nobody's religion is better than you. That's agenda. That's a thought. They're not better than you. They can't do more for you than you can do for you. It's important that you know that. And start small with yourself. Start small with the embracing of the change that has been dropped on you like a ton of bricks. Don't try to tell it to everybody right now. Keep it to yourself. And start to work on you in the secret chambers of your soul. Okay? For you, beloved family, that is proper to give thanks to the ancient ones within ourselves. It's proper to give thanks to the ancestors. And when one comes around you and you're graced and you're in their presence, it's proper to give thanks. You don't know what you're capable of, beloved family. You don't know how they need you. Who is they? The masses. Peace and love to the goddess Sade. You are needed, beloved family. If I never knew, which I've known for quite some time, but the experience that I've had over the last few days, man, my. The sweet water has returned. Y'all know what I'm saying? The sweet water is here. The sweet water have returned. And now we can get up and begin to go to work like gods do. Set aside the excuses. Set aside the complaining. And just begin to work and heal and work and build and work and grow and love and work and build and keep going. Keep working on yourself. Don't stop. Don't stop. If you need guidance, there's guidance here for you. I'm coming to you from the Alchemy Temple. This is Wet Witch Wednesdays. And the topic is, be careful how you treat people because you may be talking to God. I told you the definition of God, according to Miss Webster, Merriam-Webster. A being or spirit worshipped as having power over nature or human fortunes. A deity, a goddess, a divine being, a mortal, an avatar. A god has power over fortunes. How many of us do that? Temper. How many of us are witches? How many of us have power over our own fortunes by applying the science that we know? How many of us are able to do this? You God. How many of us are able to think a thought and change an action? How many of us can think about somebody and they come and they appear? How many of us can be riding down the street and it rain and then you say, come on, rain, I need you to stop, and it stops? How many of us have direct connection with the certain deities that control the weather, such as Yemaya, Oshun, the gatekeeper himself, Alegua? How many of us are able to speak and say, listen, I need you, without forgetting to contribute and to feed them? It's not only them who you need to feed. You need to feed your own self. How do we do that? How do we feed ourselves? First, we got to start loving ourselves. Once we start loving ourselves, then we begin to heal. Once we begin to heal, then things will be, we will have revelation that comes to us. Once the revelation comes, we will know that there's guidance that's needed or cultivation that's needed. Once we know that, it's just continuing. It's like when the gates open up, the gates of heaven, heaven from you, your pineal gland, heaven from you, your melanated clusters, which are your chakra points, begin to open and become unblocked, which gives you abilities beyond that you can ever imagine, that you receive abilities to do certain things. No more excuses, beloved family. No more saying why you can't do this or why you can't do that. Just start. Consistency is key. Remain consistent. Stay consistent with what you're doing for yourselves. Remain consistent. It's so good to see y'all. It's been a minute, right? I know. Crystal was like, are you going on tonight? Are we having Wet Witch Wednesdays tonight? Do you all have any questions for me? Kalisha, this was for you, honey. Everybody else that came in here as well. It's so good to see you. Any questions? My goddess mother teach me that a long time ago. Careful how you treat people, because you never know who you are entertaining. It may be God. Indeed. Exactly. Be careful. Be careful. Be real careful. Any questions for me? Any questions? Y'all feel good. I feel good. There's a peace that I have. An assurance that I know. How y'all doing? Y'all all right? Are y'all all right? Well, I don't know if you all are saying something, but I am going to. I'm glad, Sade. It's good to see you. I think you missed the first part of the cipher. I'm glad, Drina. I'm such a lovely self. Me too. I feel peaceful and power. Good. Yeah, it's a peace. It's just like, yeah, that exactly, Sandra. Peace and power. Exactly. Peaceful and powerful. That's the best way to be. That's balance. That means that you're balanced. Yes, I'm okay. I'm at the hospital again with my mother. I did. I hate that I missed it. It's okay, Sade. Lawrence, send an energy to your mom. Send an energy to your mom. Peace and love to you. Okay? Sending her some healing energy. Peace and love to you, Lawrence, and your family. We're all going to just give a moment to send some energy to Lawrence's mom. Indeed. You're welcome, Lawrence. It's so good to see you all. It's good to see you. Do y'all have any questions? Anything that y'all want to talk to me about before I go? Anything? You're welcome, Lawrence. Oh, you're talking to Sandra. Any questions for me? So I'm coming to you from the Alchemy Temple. If you need classes or you're interested in any esoteric tools, visit alchemytemple.org and you can find whatever you may need. If you need a reading and you would like it from myself, you can visit or Enchantress 9, that's 3 Enchantress, the number 9 at gmail.com, or call 588 or 919-588-2751. If you would like a reading from Nuwa Soul Maibe, Dr. Haru, alchemytemple.org, any services that you may need. If you are interested in booking Dr. Haru, booking at alchemytemple.org. Okay. The DVD is coming quite along very well. I'll be sure to let you know as soon as we receive it. Do you have any other questions for me? Money. I'm going to see if I can go out with that song by Prophet. It's so nice. Hold on, give me one moment. Yeah.
Generator, organizer and dispenser and creator. Bitch, I'm God, oh bitch, I'm God. Originator.
All right, this is my prophet, aka the chakra doctor, Rance Dunbar. It's called Bitch I'm God. All I need is your praises, amen.
Bitch I'm God. Go ask your priest, go ask your imam, ask your rabbi, ask your deacon. Bitch I'm God, oh bitch I'm God. You gotta see, I'm that light that's shining on you. I'm the reason
you brought it.
Day or night I've been shining. You can't look in my face because my glory will blind you. And I heard you was lost, but I'm so glad prophet found you. Because I'm getting so high, I'm going underground. My name,
amen.
Bitch I'm God. Generator, organizer, ain't dispenser, ain't creator. Bitch I'm God, oh bitch I'm God. Originator.
Peace to the God, knew I sold my eBay. Yes, Sade. Right.
Call me Allah, I'm the greatest. Bitch, I'm God, oh bitch, I'm God. Don't you come and meet your maker. Bitch, I'm God, oh bitch, I'm God.
All I need is your praises, amen.
Bitch, I'm God, I'm the Alpha and Omega. I'm the ancient of the days. I'm the Rahman Rahim. You don't know where I come, you don't know from where I came. All you know is I am one with many aspects, different names. Then one day a thought formed into a word inside my brain. Then I said, let it be. Then next thing I heard a bang. Then I split up into infinite dimensions for the chain. Now we're all interlinked. We are all one and the same. Even went a little further and I played a little game. And I made a spirit realm of multiple infinite beings. And I gave them all a sign and a name and a purpose and a will. And I let them go their way. Ho, ho. If you want to break version, then this game you gotta play. Incarnate into the third dimension, illusion begin. If you make it through your level, find your way back to me. You could be your own creator one day like your mama be. Hold up.
Bitch I'm God,
Generator, organizer and dispenser and creator. Bitch I'm God, oh bitch I'm God. Originator.
go ask Satan, it's been crazy since creation. Bitch I'm God, oh bitch I'm God.
Call me Jesus, I'm your savior.
Bitch I'm God, oh bitch I'm God.
I'm Muhammad, I'm the greatest.
Bitch I'm God, bitch I'm God.
Won't you come and meet your maker?
Bitch I'm God, oh bitch I'm God. All I need is your praises, amen. All I need is your praises, amen.
All I need is your praises, amen.
Y'all like that? Did y'all like that? Y'all want to hear it again? That's right, Sandra. That's right. I'm getting ready to go, y'all. Thank you, Sade. You like that? You want to hear it again? You need that CD. Y'all want to hear it again? Money, they want to hear it again.
Hold on.
Y'all listen now. Y'all got to dance with me and y'all got to say it.
Hold on.
Right? Say it. What? Say it. Who? Say it. Say it. Bitch, I'm God. Generator. Organizer and dispenser and creator. Bitch, I'm God. Oh, bitch, I'm God. Originator. Just ask Satan. It's been crazy since creation. Bitch, I'm hey.
Call me Yahweh, I'm your savior.
Bitch, I'm God. Oh, bitch, I'm God.
Call me Allah, I'm the greatest.
Bitch, I'm God. Oh, bitch, I'm God.
Won't you come and meet your maker?
Bitch, I'm God. Oh, bitch, I'm God. All I need is your praises. Amen. Hey, Sade. Yes, yes.
Hey.
bitch, I'm God.
You gotta see.
Y'all gotta say it. That's what y'all are, right?
Shining on you, I'm the reason.
I'm the reason you grinding. Day or night, I'll be shining. Hey.
In my feet because my glory will blind you. And I heard you was lost, but I'm
So glad me love found you.
because I'm getting so high. I got them going underground. My name.
Amen. Bitch, I'm God. Yes. Yes. Yes, Sandra.
Organizer ain't this or ain't creator.
Bitch, I'm God. Oh, bitch, I'm God.
Originator.
Guys and goddesses in the building.
It's been crazy since creation.
Bitch, I'm God. Oh, bitch, I'm God.
Call me Yahweh, I'm your savior.
Bitch, I'm God. Oh, bitch, I'm God.
Call me Allah, I'm the greatest.
Bitch, I'm God. Oh, bitch, I'm God.
Don't you come and meet your maker.
Bitch, I'm God. Oh, bitch, I'm God. All I need is your praises. Amen.
Bitch, I'm God.
I'm the Alpha and Omega.
I'm the ancient of the days.
I'm the Rahman Rahim. Hey.
Where I come, you don't know from where I came. All you know is I am one with me. Aspects different names. And one day the thought formed into a word inside my brain. Then I said, let it be. Then next thing I heard a bang.
What?
Then I split up into infinite.
Yeah.
We are one in the same. Even went a little further and I played a little game.
Hey.
Spirit realm, multiple infinite beings. And I gave them all a sign.
In the name and the purpose. Hey.
And I let them go their way.
Ho.
If you want to.
Hey. I'm hoping that new all will come on the camera with me, y'all. God himself.
If you make it through your level, find your way back to me. You could be your own creator one day like your mama be. Hold up.
Bitch, I'm God. Generator. Organizer and dispenser and creator. Bitch, I'm God. Oh, bitch, I'm God. Originator. Go ask Satan. It's been crazy since creation. Hey, hey.
Call me Jesus, I'm your savior.
Bitch, I'm God. Oh, bitch, I'm God.
I'm Muhammad, I'm the greatest.
Bitch, I'm God. Oh, bitch, I'm God. Y'all see my flame?
Bitch, I'm God.
Y'all see the flame, right?
All I need is your praises.
Amen. Y'all see it?
Need is your praises.
Amen.
All I need is your
One more time, money. I'm trying.
Hold up. Hold up. What up? What up? Hold up. Hold up. What up? What up? Hold up. Hold up. What up?
Yes.
What up? What up?
Come on, y'all. Bitch, I'm God. Generator. That's Prophet. AKA the Chakra Doctor. AKA the Red Stuff Bar. Originator. And Satan, it's been crazy since creation. Bitch, I'm God. Oh, bitch, I'm God. Coming to you from the Alchemy Temple. It's Wet Witch Wednesday with the goddess herself, Jamila. All I need is your praises. Amen.
Bitch, I'm God.
Bitch, I'm God. Go ask your priest.
Go ask your imam, ask your rabbi, ask your deacon.
Bitch, I'm God. Oh, bitch, I'm God. Yeah.
Gotta see.
Prophet gave me permission to play his tracks. I'm the reason you grinding. Day or night, I'll be shining.
You can't look in my face because my glory will blind you. And I heard you was lost.
But I'm so glad y'all found you. Hey.
So high, I got them going underground. My name.
Amen.
Bitch, I'm God. Generator.
Generator.
Organizer, ain't this or ain't creator.
Bitch, I'm God. Oh, bitch, I'm God.
Originator.
Go ask Satan, it's been crazy since creation. Bitch, I'm God, oh, bitch, I'm God.
Call me Yahweh, I'm your savior.
Bitch, I'm God, oh, bitch, I'm God.
Call me Allah, I'm the greatest.
Bitch, I'm God, oh, bitch, I'm God.
Don't you come and meet your maker.
Bitch, I'm God, oh, bitch, I'm God. All I need is your praises, amen.
Bitch, I'm God.
I'm the Alpha and Omega.
I'm the ancient of the days.
I'm the Rahman Rahim, and you, hey, hey.
You don't know from where I came. All you know is I am one with me. Aspects different names. Then one day the thought formed into a word inside my brain. Then I said, let it be. Then next thing I heard a bang.
Yeah.
Up into infinite dimensions for the chain. Now we're all interlinked. We are all one in the same. Even went a little further and I played a little game.
What?
I made a spirit realm, multiple infinite beings. And I gave them all a sign.
And a name and a purpose and a
will, and I let them go their way. If you want
like your mama be. Bitch, you got a generator, organizer and dispenser and creator. Bitch, you got originator. Go ask Satan, it's been crazy since creation. Bitch, you got, oh bitch, you got.
Call me Jesus, I'm your savior.
Bitch, you got, oh bitch, you got.
I'm Muhammad, I'm the greatest.
Bitch, you got, oh bitch, you got.
Won't you come and meet your maker?
Bitch, you got, oh bitch, you got. All I need is your praises, amen. All I need is your praises, amen. All I need is your praises. That's hard, right? You know, every time I hear that, I get crunk. Like I just don't want to leave y'all. Like, I'm like, yeah, y'all know what time it is. Y'all know y'all gods and goddesses, right? Man, please. Don't let me get started up in here again. Look, my cards feel like, get started, girl. Get started. Spirit is like, don't stop. They fell. They fell all the way down. And I'm not even near them. Yes. And look what fell. Snake. Transformation change, y'all. This is the number 4. Foundation. Right? Transformation changes. Right? Starts from within ourselves. Okay? Beaver, number 7. I'm sorry, number 12, which is 3. Trust in home. Trust your home. To establish trust within your own self. Home, personal, you, your space. The beaver builds protection around its home. The beaver builds a dam so nothing can get out, nothing can get in. Do that for yourself. Right? Monitor what comes into your spirit, into your psyche. Monitor what goes out. Change. Right? So we have, let's look at this. And by doing that, what's going to happen? The seahorse. 37. 36, I'm sorry. That's 9. 9 is what? Transforming into another one. Generosity and good luck. For you. Right? For you. Also, flamingo. Romance and love. Matters of the heart of love. Romance. 'Tis the season to transform and tap into all your God-given abilities. Recognize you with God. That's all you got to do. Right? Let me see what else is here. There it is, the squirrel. Right? The squirrel. 23. 5 means change. The squirrel. Responsibility and balance. Take responsibility for your actions in your own self and balance it out, God. Balance it out, goddesses. Right? If that wasn't for y'all, boy, all them cards fell down. The snake. Number 4, transformation and change. The seahorse. Number 36, generosity and good luck. The flamingo. Number 54, romance and love. 54, that's another 9. Transformation. Peace to the goddess Rita. Right? The beaver. Number 12, that's 3. Trust home. Get protection around yourself. Your immediate home. Squirrel. Number 23, when you do that, when you become responsible for yourself and responsible for your own actions, that's when balance is maintained. That's when balance is attained for yourself. Y'all gods and goddesses, y'all know what y'all need to do. Let's get it done. And be careful how you treat people, because you may be talking to a God. You may be talking to somebody that can help with your fortune. Ain't that something? With your fortune. Be careful how you treat people, because you just may be talking to God. God, recognize God. Always have that spiritual antenna up. Always have that spiritual antenna up. Right? Don't allow carnality to lead you when you leave your house or your sanctuary. Make sure you have that antenna up of spirituality and the developed part of your spirituality, which means that you're constantly working on that part of yourselves. Them antennas are up, because immediately the ones that are with you will go before you, and peace to the God. Peace to the goddess. Peace to the God himself. Rance Dunbar's in the building. The track, we've been playing it for you, Prophet. We've been playing it for you. And the name of this cipher is Be Careful How You Treat People, because you may be talking to God. Everybody loves the track, Prophet. Everybody loves it. Peace to the God himself, Rance Dunbar, a.k.a. the Chakra Doctor. Yes, 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 indeed. So we must understand that when we talk to people and when we are approaching people, we can't look at them by what the perception of our covered carnality holds. We got to look at it through our third eye, right? We have to constantly have that out before us, especially when we leave the depths of our sanctuary. Even if we're in a place where we're not in a building, but the sanctuary of our own body. Right? Yes, yes, Rance. We are queens of all men. Talk, preach. Right? It is imperative. It is important that we begin and continue to work on ourselves. And see, Rance, he knows all about that, because he can help you activate your chakras. That's what he does. Right? Those are melanated clusters. Those are pathways to your soul. Those are layers of your soul body. Right? It's important that we get moving. We can't remain stagnant. Once we have jewels that's dropped on us, we can't just stop. We have to keep moving and begin to become more and more cultivated. We can't just say, okay, I got this knowledge and I'm going to. No, you got to keep going. Your thirst should want to be quenched more and more and more and more and more. You can't just stop. Okay? It's important that you continue to carry forward, to move forward. Yes, your body is your temple. My body is my temple. And not only that, we carry with us, our soul isn't over there, we carry that part of us with us. And we need to learn how to take care of that. Not only, we're not just sometimes, every day. Every day. We need to learn how to take care of our temples. Basically, you just have to love yourself. When you love yourself, the more you fall in love with yourself, the more you can be an attribute to everything else outside of you. If you're not loving yourself, there's nothing. It's impossible for you to be able to love somebody else. If you can reach out your hand as far as this far as, see how far my arm is going, right? in front of me, and you have that much love for yourself, that's the only amount of love you're going to be able to give to someone else. There's no way. I mean, we are people. We are deep. We have souls. Most of us do. So you need to reach into yourself and begin to heal and begin to love on yourself and begin to know and have those antennas up so you know when to grab the nutrients for your soul, when to grab the nutrients for your soul body, the nutrients for your pineal gland, the nutrients for the nourishments that's needed to sustain you. And it's okay to receive that, and it's okay to grab it and hold on and apply it to yourself. It's needed. It must happen. Okay, I mean, it doesn't make no one better than anyone else. And when you see people that's sure of themselves and assertive with what they know, that doesn't mean we think we're better. That just means we stepping in the footprints of the God trail. When you step in the footprints of the God trail, your ancestors that's within you, the ancient ones, you can't be but supreme within your own self. And just because you haven't reached a certain level within yourself doesn't mean that no one thinks that they're better than you. And stop thinking like that. Just know your worth and start to work on you, all aspects of yourself, and you will begin to see. It's just, the only thing I can do is say it. I can't make you do it. I can't go against your wills. Peace and love. Peace and love. You can't, you have to continue to work on yourself. Earlier, we had a sister in here, and she just was so honest, and that's the first part. She said she felt bad for calling herself a god. That in itself opened up so much for her. That in itself deserved a round of applause, because she admitted it in front of us that she felt bad because of what she had been taught. So it's up to us that know to help with dispelling the religious part of what's controlling and killing us. Peace and love to the God and goddesses. Again, I'm coming to you live from the Alchemy Temple. And I'm talking about be careful how you treat people. You may be talking to God. So the definition that Madam Merriam-Webster gave us, I'm going to go into that again to tell you what the definition is. The definition says that, let me see, where's my notes? Give me one moment. Okay. I have so many notes. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Okay. But basically the definition said that a god is one that can control fortunes, that can have superhuman powers over nature. A god can be a deity, a goddess, a divine being, immortal, and an avatar. So a god is one that can control fortunes. Who does that? What class of people that you know controls fortunes? We always call them witches, right? Witches. Witches have the ability to manipulate time. Right? Exactly. We have the ability to create our own destinies once we know who we are and once we know what we are. See? Even Rance is like, you know what? Webster is another form of thought. That's another agenda. When we tune into ourselves and we begin to understand who we are and what we are, there's a certain tone that feeds us. There's a certain truth that you can only, you know it. When you hear it, it's like music to your ears. It becomes a melody. Stop quieting that little voice that's trying to come out and say, hey, I'm down here. I'm God. I just want you to recognize me. Dodging bullets in the matrix. Exactly. And how do we do that? We have to make sure that we're actively, proactively moving. We can't be stagnant. We have to continue to cultivate ourselves. We have to continue to grow. We can't think we got it all. We have to know that, we continuing to learn. Then you will begin to upload. Right? Information. Other beings will begin to talk to you. It's so important that not only we say this, but we live it and we become it and we be it. Right. You know how when people say, I'm going off the grid. When people say that term, I'm going off the grid. I'm getting rid of my cell phone. I don't have any devices around my home. I'm going off the grid. When you tap into yourself and you begin to wake up that life force that's in there, you automatically go off the grid. It's automatic. When you begin to tap into those binaural beats that you listen to and you become that, you automatically become invisible. It's like when you can travel within frequencies and you apply certain things to yourself, automatically you can't be, lack of a better word, fucked with. You can't be. Because what happens is fear, y'all remember what I said about fear, becomes your ally. You ain't scared. You're not afraid. You understand and you understand what and who you are. And once you know that, it's just like once you know certain foods are bad for you, you stop eating them. Once you know that if you put your hand on that fire, it will burn, you're not going to put it there anymore. You become a walking beacon of light and darkness. You begin to attract to you what's needed to sustain you, especially when you get to a certain level within yourself. Because you're calling to yourself what you need for yourself to sustain yourself. And when you're doing that, it's automatic that you're going to assist others. Okay, so I was getting ready to end, and I was playing Prophet song. So I'm going to play it one more time for y'all so y'all can hear it again and again. Okay? Those of you that are new that joined the cipher, I was getting ready to head out. And I was playing Bitch I'm God by Rance Dunbar, who's here, aka Prophet, aka the Chakra Doctor. So if you will hold, I'm going to play it again for you so you can hear and y'all can have a good time as we leave. Okay, one moment. One more time for you.
God, oh bitch, I'm God. Hold up. What up? Hold up. What up? What up?
Okay, playing it now.
What up? Yeah. Bitch, I'm God. Generator. Organizer and dispenser and creator. Bitch, I'm God. Originator. Satan, it's been crazy since creation. Bitch, I'm God, oh bitch, I'm God. Call me Yahweh, I'm your savior. Bitch, I'm God, oh bitch, I'm God. Call me Allah, I'm the greatest. Bitch, I'm God, oh bitch, I'm God. Won't you come and beat your maker? Bitch, your God, oh bitch, I'm God. All I need is your praises. Amen. Bitch, I'm God. Bitch, I'm God. Go ask your priest. Go ask your imam, ask your rabbi, ask your deacon. Bitch, I'm God, oh bitch, I'm God. You gotta see. I'm that light that's shining on you. I'm the reason you grinding. Day or night I'll be shining. You can't look in my face because my glory will blind you. And I heard you was lost, but I'm so glad me I found you. Because I'm getting so high, I'm going underground. My name is Amen. Bitch, I'm God. Generator. Organizer and dispenser and creator. Bitch, I'm God. Oh bitch, I'm God. Originator.
Peace and love, man. Thank you. Yes, Brother McCoy. Yes, God. Yes.
I'm the greatest, bitch, I'm God, oh bitch, I'm God. Don't you come and meet your maker,
bitch, I'm God, oh bitch, I'm God. Bitch, you God.
All I need is your praises.
Amen. Bitch, I'm God.
I'm the Alpha and Omega. I'm the ancient of the days. I'm the Rahman Rahim. You don't know where I come. You don't know from where I came. All you know is
y'all better celebrate y'all God. Yes, Cosmic Family in the building. Coming to you live from the Alchemy Temple. Wet Witch Wednesday. Yes.
We are all one in the same. Even went a little further and I played a little game. And I made a spirit realm, multiple infinite beings. And I gave them all a sign.
In a name and a purpose. Hey.
Let them go their way. If you want your greatest version,
hey,
you gotta play. Incarnate into the third dimension, illusion begin. If you make it through your level, find your way back to me. You could be your own creator one day.
Like your mama be. Y'all, bitch, I'm God. Generator. Organizer and dispenser and creator. Bitch, I'm God. Oh, bitch, I'm God. Originator. Go ask Satan, it's been crazy since creation. Bitch, I'm God, oh bitch, I'm God.
Call me Jesus, I'm your savior.
Bitch, I'm God, oh bitch, I'm God.
I'm Muhammad, I'm the greatest.
Bitch, I'm God, oh bitch, I'm God. Won't you come and beat your maker? Bitch, I'm God, oh bitch, I'm God. All I need is your praises, amen. All I need is your praises, amen. All I need is your praises, amen. All right. Peace and love, family. Until the next time, Wet Witch Wednesday is coming to you live from the Alchemy Temple. And if you need a reading, enchantress9@gmail.com. If you need a reading, Nuaso Mayebe, alchemytemple.org. Any esoteric tools you may need, any classes, alchemytemple.org. Okay? Chakra Doctor. You can catch him, Rance Dunbar, and you will find him. That was him on the track there. Chakra Doctor himself, Rance Dunbar, a.k.a. Prophet. Y'all have a good night. If you need me, just look up and reach out to the cosmos and call me, and I might inbox you and say, what's up? How can I help you? Okay? Peace and love, family. It's been real.